Hey guys, welcome to the Days of Comics Past podcast. How are you guys?
What's going
Doing
on?
good. How are
I
you?
was going to let you introduce yourself. My name is Mike Neal, and introduce yourself. I got caught off guard there at the beginning.
Caleb Eugene.
Caleb fucking Eugene.
Hello, hello.
And
I am Retro Bro.
How are you guys doing? Doing good. I completely screwed up this whole intro into this. I'm totally off
damn it,
my
Mike.
game.
I like your shirt.
All
Mike.
right, so thank you, some Blunt Man and Chronic.
Didn't
So,
even notice that.
we have quite a few things to get through. I kind of wanted to jump right into some DC news, man. DC.
Those
And
are the letters.
Caleb is gonna tell us all about what DC has decided to fucking do.
Well, they decided to change distributors, and Mike is going to make a big deal about it, and
No,
he's gonna, just do what he does, guys.
I know nothing about
we
this.
all know
Well,
this
that's
episode. What episode number is this, Mike?
I don't know.
You don't
I
know?
can't
You don't
keep
know
it
right
up.
offhand? I'm sure we've
No.
got to be nearing what,
Listen to Caleb right
50?
now. I'm loving the fire.
50?
What?
Well, we got to be getting close to the 50
Can,
mark.
can you tell us? We're not talking about how many episodes we have. We're talking about DC.
I'm just trying to
It's a-
think of how
it's a
many episodes
significant
I've had to
thing.
pull up with your shit. I mean, 50
Right.
episodes. That's 50 hours at least of your bullshit.
Maybe it was 52. I don't know.
I feel like I deserve like $1 million an hour for those 50 hours.
All right,
I hear a lot of regret in your voice.
tell us about DC, man. Tell us about what DC's got going on, man.
Well, they decided to change distributors. Can you please take that down from the bottom of the screen, Mike? Thank
There
you.
you go.
I appreciate it. It's distracting.
What was that?
All right.
Oh.
I took it off.
It says DC Comics is ruining the industry, and it's like a little banner he made.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
see
super.
it.
Yeah, it's super awesome. But yeah, that's good job, Mike. I see you're really, really putting some time into this. I'm proud of you, man.
It's breaking. Tell us about it, damn it.
I'm just trying to take in this banner and stuff, man.
It's
I'm just
gone. It's gone.
I think he's drinking your anger in, Mike.
It's gone. Tell us about DC, man. What do they got going on?
Yeah, I mean, just what I said. So apparently everybody's been with Diamond. From the article that you sent me, I guess everybody's been with Diamond for a really long time now. I mean, like 20 plus years since like the late 90s.
It's a really long time. They do have a monopoly on it, man. That's the only place.
And so what's happening is, it was kind of surprising to me because I didn't know, but basically DC bought two retailers and then renamed them and turned them into their distributors. So they bought one place that I actually have bought comics from before, and it's in New York City. It's the biggest comic book store in New York. It's called Midtown Comics. So they bought Midtown Comics and they turned that into something called, what was it, like? It was three letters. One of them's Lunar, the Lunar Distributors, and the other one is it's 3 letters. I forgot. Hold on, just 1 second.
All right, so they bought two of these
UCS with Lunar and UCS. Yeah. So
they bought the two distributors and they changed their names.
Yeah, they changed their names and basically
they didn't buy. They're not really like distributors. They're people.
They're retailers, but they pretty much pay
But
them.
they bought Walmart and Target.
I guess. I don't
their
know.
names.
Yeah, into distribution companies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But Midtown's pretty cool, man. They got a lot of variants, a lot of exclusives and stuff. So I mean, it's not a bad store at all. Definitely a cool place. I actually have a Superman versus the Green Ranger comic. I thought it was super dope, and it was a variant cover.
Me that.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a variant cover, and I really love that comic. And I actually got that there, and it was relatively affordable. I mean, it was under $10. I'm pretty sure for the book. So, I mean, yeah,
you should do a comic corner with that one, man.
yeah, I should. I gotta dig it out, man. I'm a little bit unorganized with my comics. I need to really go through it. It's been so long. But anyways, back to what we were talking about. So basically, they decided to do this, and they decided that they wanted to stop doing business with Diamond. But then they said that they wanted Diamond to submit a proposal for a revised agreement with the understanding that Diamond would continue to be one of their distributors, which they did. And they pretty much fucked them. They pretty much said, you know what, screw you. We're gonna do our own thing. You know, they were waiting for this reply, and that's what DC gave them to Diamond as the distributor.
DC doing Marvel moves.
Yeah, and so it's I don't know why they done that. I don't think Jim Lee was just like, you know what, fuck Diamond. We're going to make our own distributors and start doing distributing with Lunar and UCS. I don't know, but it is a long-term agreement that's been standing for a really long time, and basically the frustration, I guess, from the other end of it is they done this in a time. Basically, I think the comic book retailers, when DC changed distributors like that, the retailers themselves actually have to go and sign up with those new distributors. So if they were just with Diamond and Diamond dropped these books all of a sudden, they're going to stop. They're all of a sudden just going to stop getting comics for their shops. They're going to be like, what the hell? And that's really bad, especially in this point in time. So they done this in a bad time during this pandemic. And, the owners were really having a hard time getting out and filling out those forms. So a lot of people got screwed over. Nobody knew when they were getting their books. Everybody was confused. Apparently, there's already been some negativity about the new distributors. But there's also been some positive too. So, that's what the article that I read said. I don't know who wrote all this. It's not credited or anything.
Yeah,
but it's a really long post, and it's written, and I could tell before Mike even told me, because I asked Mike who wrote it, and he said, I don't know. And he said, I think it was a business owner. It was a guy that owns a shop. And that's what I thought when I was reading it, because the way it was written, it was definitely, you could tell it was written from the business owner point of view, because you could tell just as far as like when they were talking about the business aspect of it, you could tell their direction with it. But
that one thing that I always question is, why does DC not learn from Marvel? Marvel's already made this fucking mistake. They've already went down this fucking avenue. They tried to create their own distribution company, and it fucking bombed. It literally almost destroyed the whole fucking comic book industry. Why would DC do this? Marvel's already tried to do this one time.
When?
It's been a while. I'm not sure when, but I know they tried.
I think that article said about 1996 or 7. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, there was a major time period where
the knockoff effects of this move bankrupted Marvel in 1996, crashed the comics market, driving 2/3 of comic book specialty stores and several publishers out of business.
It bankrupt Marvel when they did it?
Yep.
It did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Will DC ever learn?
DC's going to be all right. They'll bounce back if they fuck up again.
But
I was going by.
The other thing, hold on. The other thing that I was thinking about, because let me say this, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's like the one thing that I wanted to say real quick, because Caleb's going to know this, and I don't. The DC Universe app, is it doing better? Because I know at one time it wasn't doing great.
I haven't really heard anything else about it, to be honest with you. It's one of those things where it pops up and then it gets dropped, and then you wait a few months and then you hear something else, and usually these past few months it'd be like a few months and a negative, a few months and negative. You'd hear something negative every time. So I don't know if it's going to be like this next time is going to be positive. I don't know, but I do know the fact that they're letting their shows be on other networks. And they're getting the word out there. I think it is bringing more attention to the app that they're showing, what they got on there. Because I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've watched the first 2 episodes of Stargirl, and I thought the shit was awesome. Like, I really liked it. Like the dude that plays in it, that plays like the dad in the show or whatever. It's Owen Wilson's brother. What's his brother's name?
Luke Wilson.
Yeah, Luke Wilson. Yeah, he plays the dad, and then it's like some 15, 16-year-old girl that actually plays Stargirl. But it's a really awesome show, man. Like they've really done it justice.
She's a motherfucking Stargirl.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, she rides this cosmic staff. I mean, it's pretty awesome.
Rides that cosmic staff.
Yeah, I mean, right. I'm telling you, it's badass.
You damn right.
Like what I was gonna say was, she rides it like a surfboard. I mean, it's cool as shit.
Right. What I was gonna say was, I went past B&D's yesterday, and I thought to myself, "Damn it, I haven't had a new comic book in a long fucking time. I'm craving some new comics in my hand. I wish I had all the comics I ever had. I just managed to fuck up and lose all of mine over the years. I'm on the Days of Comics Past podcast, and I don't have a single comic book in my house.
You don't have to tell people, Corey.
It's all right though. I'll keep it real.
we already look bad enough.
I'm gonna buy my first one from the secret stash one day. It's all right. My first new one.
But
we don't look bad enough. We're just a raggle taggle bunch.
Boom.
That sound was cringe. Ooh, did you feel that cringe?
It's not as cringy as that intro I just had, so don't worry about it.
I'm hitting the bowl on that one.
But yeah, I don't know how this is going to affect DC long term. I hope to God they don't get bankrupted. But you know, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. I guess we're just going to have to wait.
They're going to be all right.
We
all going to watch the shit, you know.
We're going to keep talking about DC. From what I understand, Ruby Rose is out as Batwoman.
Oh, I hate that cow. It's so stupid.
Oh,
yeah. I thought that from what I read, I think it was a personal choice. Like it was her decision.
I do believe so. I have not watched Batwoman mainly because when I went to go watch it on Hulu, it only had a few episodes, and it wasn't the first episodes.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I have not watched it.
I have watched a little bit, but I haven't watched enough to have a real opinion. But I thought it was corny as fuck. I love Ruby Rose. It's corny as fuck.
She was the perfect pit for Batwoman, in my opinion.
She is, but like, could they let someone else write, direct, produce it? I'm sorry. Let me stop.
Now, is that a Berlanti written and all that? Is that? I know it's probably his production studio, but I'm just wondering, like, who's writing it?
Whoever directed Birds of Prey, they should have let them do, that too.
Well, here's my question.
I haven't seen that either, man. I need to see Birds of Prey. I haven't seen that either.
Really good.
Hey, and we're doing a comic book. Yeah, we're doing a comic book podcast, and none of us know anything.
Bunch of amateurs.
God,
yeah, I do suck.
They don't know the comic.
I have a super sweet comic book collection. I have a super sweet comic book collection.
But I'm not up on Batwoman. They said they're not going to replace her. They're going to bring in somebody different, a whole different character. How do you think?
Megan Fox.
I mean,
Megan Fox. Go ahead. Bring in Megan Fox.
I don't know how they. I don't know. Come
on, DC. Chill.
That's all I have to say about that.
I think I can, DC.
Man, there is potential there. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. There's so many good characters. There's so much potential. It really is.
We've been singing this song for a couple years, man, on this podcast. DC's got the potential, but they don't do anything with it. Why don't they just learn?
I still love them. I'll always love them.
I'll always love them too. And stop.
And
but we'll segue. We'll talk about some Marvel stuff. Marvel come out this week and was talking about, I guess a lot of people see that policemen use this symbol. I guess on their cars.
I was just telling somebody the other week how disappointed I was that got turned into what it is now. Like, it's a really cool character, and like I hate that, man. It's sad.
They bastardized it.
It's a sad thing to see.
Well, here's the thing. I found out that Marvel actually addressed this in a comic back in, I think it was July, before all this stuff happened. They had already brought it up in a comic, and I got it right here. Boom. And I'll read it just in case you can't see it. But I'll set up the scenario. The Punisher is seen by a couple cops. The cops kind of like fanboy out on him, and he sees the Punisher symbol on the back of their car, and he rips it off. And he says, "I'll say this once: we're not the same. You took an oath to uphold the law and help people. I gave all that up a long time ago. You don't do what I do. Nobody does. You boys need a role model. His name's Captain America, and he'd be happy to have you."
Yeah,
I fuck with that. I fuck with that hard. Yes.
Dude, that is some in-depth research, Mike. Dude, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. But can you do me a favor and take that banner down at the bottom, bud? I'd appreciate it.
But that's powerful as fuck. You see Bill Maher. You see Bill Maher. It's not just for little kids. Marvel and comic books can be very in-depth, very adult, very, satirical of the world right now. Fuck Bill Maher. Hell yeah.
But
the day after Stan Lee died, he said that shit.
Yeah, fuck him. But I thought that was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Stuff. That is powerful, man. Good job. I'm proud of you, man.
And
Good job,
I kind of, I know that they did kind of come out and say that they won't, with I guess cops using that, because that's not really a symbol a cop should be using. Because it's not who the Punisher is. So, but I thought that with so much stuff going on in the world today, I thought I wanted to talk about a few people that are out here that have actually been trying to help with the calls and everything when it comes to protests and stuff. And I had a few people that I wanted to bring up that was out there. One guy is Batman himself was out there protesting for Black Lives Matter.
Heck yeah.
Well, Bruce Wayne, I guess. The Batman. No, it was Daredevil. Daredevil was out there protesting with Black Lives Matter, and we're proud of
the Days of Comic Pass podcast, y'all. We mistake Batman for Daredevil, but yes, we're proud of him.
Norman Reedus was out protesting as well.
Yeah, I think Brittany told me that. That's awesome.
Super proud of him for that, man. Jamie Foxx was out there protesting and speaking. Thought that was pretty cool. And John Boyega.
I seen this.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I love what he said on Instagram.
It, actually.
Yeah. He went off on Instagram because people gave him shit.
They did. But here's the thing. There was I got this right here. It's got a couple tweets. Jordan Peele said, because, what happened was when he was giving his speech, he was like, you know what? This might end my career, but I don't care. I'm standing up for what I believe in. Jordan Peele came out and said, "We got you, John. Don't worry about it." Matthew Cherry. I'm not very familiar with Matthew Cherry. I know he was a football player, and he made a short film last year that just blew up. But other than that, I'm not sure exactly what else he's done in his career. But Matthew Cherry said, he's an up and coming filmmaker at this point. He said, "I would work with John Boyega, and I urge other non-Black creators to affirm that they have his back as well." And then the only, Mark Hamill said, "Never have been more proud of you, John. Love, Dad."
That's a big hell yeah.
That was freaking
big hell yeah for me, man.
Beautiful. Love it. Steve said that he's sure Bill Maher is watching, and I'm sure he is watching too. Yeah, fuck him. And then my dad said that just proves Marvel's king. He knows. But to go back, just to shouting these people out, man. John Boyega, man, he did awesome with his speech, man. He had me tearing up, man. I could feel it, J. Cole.
Yeah, I'm sure that was sarcasm about the Bill Maher thing, but whatever. You say what you say in your podcast.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't like Bill Maher.
I was really cool with him before that shit, right after Stan Lee's death. But anyway, J. Cole.
That's a whole. J. Cole was in his hometown of Fayetteville. protesting, which I thought was pretty cool. The Bill Maher, that's a conversation we'll have to have for another day.
Right.
Let's see. I think. Oh, last one. Last person I wanted to shout out was the one and the only Kevin Smith. So he actually, and I don't know why I don't have the pictures. He actually went out and marched, and he just took some pictures. There weren't actually pictures of him marching, but this past weekend, he doesn't do Cameo, but this past weekend, he decided he was going to do Cameo. And what he did is he took every penny of it and donated to the NAACP Empowerment Fund. And not only did he turn that, not only did all that money go to it, he matched it all. And then it was like within an hour, he sold like $10,000 worth of Cameo.
Nice.
Within an hour. So that's 100 videos he has to make. So he cut it off. It was like, hey, we're going to do it again. I just got to get this caught up. An hour ago, I didn't have to do 100 videos. So I thought that was super cool of him. So the world
put in that work.
I mean, the world, it seems like a shitty place right now. But you know what? It's great people out there doing great things. And Steve, you know what? Steve says, can we get a shout out for our town? Danville had some protests, and it seemed like everything was nice and peaceful. And
peaceful,
Yeah,
completely peaceful.
That was good
in every way.
Really well.
Danville
Super
did have
proud of it.
and prayed with the police.
That's
Yeah.
something. That's something I was
Yeah.
glad to see, man.
Thought it was beautiful.
And I don't
Thank
know
you, Steve.
this. I don't know this, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, I think we have a pretty decent police chief in our city now. I know the one that was there before, there was a lot of complaints about him. A lot of people didn't like him.
It's the Woodall way.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation there too.
Yep,
God.
but that's for another time.
Yep, but I think that's about all I had, man. It is some great, amazing people out there doing stuff in this time, and I'd like to try to shout out some of them randomly.
The positivity is there. You just have to look for it.
Yep.
Randomly,
throughout time and human evolution, whatever the evolved species is, the less evolved species always dies out. That is how things have always been. That's how things will always be. Now, next subject, Mike. Let's be happy.
all right. Well, you
keep
sent me
kicking my
this.
camera.
Yeah. Well, you sent me this meme randomly, and I thought I'd bring it up because I
Right.
forgot all about these kids right here. Caleb might
The
not
Burger
even know who
King
these
Kids
kids
Club.
are.
No, man. That's
Damn,
before
kid,
my
dude.
time, man.
All right, so well, these kids, if you look at the top right corner, these were like the Burger King kids, man. I don't know when they come out. I remember them being out in the 90s, and I guess that's them now after they ate all their Burger King for so many years. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Which one is dead?
Man,
One of
look,
them's dead.
It
in the
looks
picture.
like the blonde one.
So was the one already in a wheelchair?
It looks
Yeah,
like
he was always in a wheelchair.
No, it's
See,
not the blonde.
okay.
Well,
so
actually,
he's
the one
that died.
wasn't.
But the one, but there was one that was already in a wheelchair. And he died.
Yeah, the dude in the middle with the wrench and the little screwdriver. He's right there above the redheaded kid in the front.
It's a
Wow.
fucked up picture, man.
Yeah.
You said it to me.
I know. I'm glad. I wanted to segue, and it worked great. Because I know we had to go there a little bit with the whole chaos of the world, but that's a great segue. Nice, fat, obese Burger King Kids Club kid. Those tapes were great, though. Ninja Turtles. Remember that? The Ninja Turtle tapes that came with them?
I don't
Remember that?
remember those. I remember getting tape. I remember getting tapes from Pizza Hut. I do remember that, and
Right.
I remember getting tapes from McDonald's. Actually,
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that too.
I remember getting like the Addams Family. There was a couple other ones. I think Ghost. Here they are. That kid was in a wheelchair, so they just straight up killed him in the picture. It was like, you know what? He's dead. We're killing him off. So why did they have to kill off the guy in the wheelchair? You didn't know what kind of health problems he had.
Why did the dog have a helmet and goggles?
He had the helmet in the other one. See, look at him at the bottom, all fat. They let the dog live, but killed the guy off in the wheelchair. Dude, if you had a dog back then, the dog's dead now. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true. You know what else is fucked up on that same note?
But they left that dog alive for the picture.
No, on some real shit. Remember Rugrats All Grown Up? Spike is still alive. That's bullshit. He was a full-grown dog when they were babies, and Grandpa's still alive. Is Grandpa still alive and all grown up? Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah,
that dog.
I'm pretty sure he was.
I think he was.
That dog should have been gone, yo. Spike, I don't know.
But they killed the wheelchair kid off and let the dog live.
Maybe they should have given him the dad chokehold.
Yeah.
You can give me one of those microphones, Mike.
Yes.
One of those microphones.
The grandpa was alive.
You just looked that up?
I had to. I did. I had to because that was.
Did Netflix buy all the Nickelodeon shit yet? I'm sorry to keep talking over you.
I don't know. I don't think so.
They're supposed to get all Nickelodeon as Disney Plus got all of Disney. And no, Hulu was supposed to get all of Cartoon Network. I heard that was supposed to be.
All right, here you go. There's Grandpa. But he hasn't really aged much. I can't tell his age much. But there he is and all grown up.
Tight ass shirt.
And you know what?
You're freezing up there a little bit, Mike.
Yeah, you froze a lot, Mr. Freeze.
All right.
Victor.
Are we okay? Hold on. Okay. We're back. You know what? I think this is the best time to segue.
Oh, Caleb's Comic Corner.
All right. Are you ready? Can you hear me?
I can tell you what, I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Can you hear me? Can you?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. All right.
Mike, do the truffle shuffle.
No, not gonna happen.
Do the truffle shuffle. Stop.
I'm freezing up over here. Okay, this is a comic. Caleb, tell us about it.
This is a very abstract book, and I think it's one of those books where like 3 different people could read it, and then they all come out with a different opinion or perspective on it. So I'll try to keep this brief and short. Basically, this is like Batman's version of hell. In this book, from the start of the book to the end of the book, it's like Batman's journey through his version of hell, and it's pretty fucking crazy. I was very confused after I got done reading it because of the ending, and it was a lot of stuff going on because I read all 3 issues, and that's a lot of material. But man, I'm trying to figure out how I can do this.
So we've talked about this before on the podcast. Can you tell
Retro go through like layers of hell?
Well, can you tell Retro why we talked about this before on the podcast? This book had a very the very first time something ever happened in a comic book, at least for DC, was in this book.
Yeah, you got to see the faint outline of Batman's penis, of Batman's genitals in this book.
The Batman duh? That Bruce duh?
Yeah, the Bat Dick.
That Wayne duh. That Dynasty duh.
The
$1
Bat
billion
Dong.
duh.
That's what we were calling it, the Bat Dong.
The Bat Dick.
So here we are.
That was really
Batman damned. Damn. Batman damned.
Does he go through like layers of hell in it or something?
Not really to that aspect. It was more like death is kind of following him, and then at the end he gets judged, and different character. I don't want to spoil it either because it's such a good book. People should read it. But basically, death is following throughout the book, and you find out that death has pretty much been following him his whole life, and somebody plays this character of death, and then somebody
also. Fuck it.
Enchantress plays the
Enchantress.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Very interesting. And then at the end, the Spectre is in it. But it wasn't until after I got done and watched a video about the book that I even realized that that was the Spectre, because they make it look like a homeless man, and it's just really wild, man. But it's definitely a recommended read from me. Like I said, you'll probably come out of it with a different opinion than somebody else if you talk to them about it. But it's really awesome. And it's also part of DC's Black Label series, which is like it's pretty much like R-rated comic books. I mean, it's not really something kids should read. You know, that's why they got the little sticker on the front. This is Black Label because like it's for mature readers, and it has some mature elements.
Kids will grab it faster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I never really understood the purpose of that either, but it is what it is. Hey, it sells books, whatever.
Right. Sounds like a good comic, man.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And Constantine's in it, and he's pretty much the narrator of the whole book. So
my buddy was just talking about Constantine the other day, and I was gonna make a request for the next Comic Corner, Caleb, if you wanted to do it.
Do what?
I was gonna make a request for the next Comic Corner.
Oh, what is that?
Anything Thanos related, like a very specific Thanos related comic. I've been obsessed with him lately.
I will look and see what I can dig up.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mike, I see you got the banner down there again.
What is there a banner?
Hold up. I didn't even read that shit. DC should start making. Are you making these right now as we?
He's like editing it every time and just changing it.
He is.
Why is it gonna be me?
Great, Mike.
Because it is you.
It is you. I'm on my phone. My laptop's right here.
All right. Well, I mean, usually you take a little bit more time on these, man.
Yeah, I just.
Are you gonna do the truffle
really
or not?
Really in depth.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. No. Not gonna happen. So, are we frozen? I'm wondering. Like, you had this frozen look on your face. I thought it froze up again.
No, dick just shit. No, it just jammed up for a while there.
Oh, and another thing about the book, like,
how many viewers do we have now?
We got a couple. They're all about to leave now because the internet's taking a shit.
And you won't do the truffle shuffle, so that's the thing. You better move on to a next subject because we have seconds before we lose their attention.
Hey, before we move on, there is a lot of good characters in this book too. I mean, there's Atana Etrigan that we just had a thing on. Like all just Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing's in it?
Yeah, Swamp Thing's in it. Yeah, it's like just a bunch of different characters in it. It's really.
They need to make a live action Swamp Thing.
Oh yeah, they did make one season of it, but unfortunately they fucking canceled it because apparently there were creative differences. That's the last thing I read. I don't know anything.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Come on, DC.
Yeah.
A Swamp Thing porn. Yeah. No.
That's just some weird like green earth like hippie shit or something.
There is a weird issue
weird
like that.
Shit.
There is a weird issue like that. I swear to you. I don't know
what thing porn.
But, Abby Arcane or whatever. Him and Abby Arcane. It's kind of weird. It's kind of.
It could be him and Artemis or something. Artemis or Poison Ivy. That'd be hot. To get all up in each other's vines.
All up in the vines. I'm not doing the truffle shuffle. I'm just this happening in the comments right now. It's not happening. Corey, will you do the truffle shuffle?
I'm gonna wait for my deathbed. No, I'm waiting for my deathbed, and you're gonna do the truffle shuffle for me on my deathbed.
You know what? You know what should happen? Caleb should show his face and then truffle shuffle.
What if he just truffle shuffles without showing his face?
On Corey's deathbed, I will show my face.
Okay. Podcast. We gotta do a podcast that day. I'm dying. That'd be a cool podcast. The Corey Death podcast. I could die right there on air. I got you. No.
The Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber.
No, I'm just fucking around.
Oh, well, I mean, you usually eat up about half the show, man. And
Who's that?
Caleb, we usually spend a good 20,
No,
30
you're
minutes.
normally 15 minutes late.
No, yeah,
Bitch.
no. I mean, we were on time, man. We were doing
Because
it.
of me. It's because of me. I'm the winner.
You did help. You did help. You did
So
help.
let's talk about Mile High Comics. That was awesome. So Mike sent me a video earlier, Kevin Smith, and it was this guy, and basically he owns this place called Mile High Comics in Denver, Colorado, and it's I think it's the world's biggest like distributor or whatever retailer of comics. It's like this 65,000 square foot warehouse in Colorado, and it's like jam packed full of comics. Like literally, they were walking in between rows of comics, and they had these big shelves with long boxes full of them. And every row they walked by, he's like, every row is 1 million comics. And I was like, Jesus Christ! And I mean, it was just row after row after row. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was wild. Even Kevin Smith was like, "Man, I own a comic book store, and this." I want to die here. You know what I'm saying? He was like,
I'm pulling up a picture right here. Boom. It's gonna be kind of hard to see.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Holy
huge.
shit.
Yeah, man. It is wild.
Huge.
I would love to go walk around in there for like 8 hours one day.
Well, I remember I don't remember when it was, but I think the last couple of years they had somebody break in and they stole like $42,000 worth of comic books.
That's fucked. You know what I would do if I was there?
It's horrible.
Because they can't sit there and monitor you in that big space. I would just read comics and put them back on the shelf because I can't possibly buy as much as I'd want to buy. So I would just read hundreds of comics that day and just buy some and walk out of the store so happy and fulfilled.
Oh yeah,
that's where I need to go. That's where I need to buy my first. Where is that? Denver, Colorado. So you can go there where pot's nice and legal and get stoned get some dispensary gummies and just walk around there for hours. That sounds like a beautiful Mile Comics, DC Comics 50%. Don't do that. You're gonna get sued. Take that down.
It's the truth.
Does it really have that? Okay, I didn't know. I didn't fucking know. I mean, shit. Don't just say it's a fail. We'll sponsor them. Shit.
Truth.
I think about those kind of things.
No, they really do. But the DC pissed them off. They were like, you know what? Fuck you. We're putting all your shit on sale for 50% off and getting rid of it.
You know, DC's going to start hating us too if we ever get something going with this. DC's going to hate us.
Bro, all I got to do is call me.
I really hope not. Because
all I got to do is call me.
If we make friends with Kevin Smith first, we'll be okay.
All they have to do is call me up. I'll help them out. I'll get them on the straight and narrow. See, all I have to do is go, hey, man, did Marvel do that? Oh, they already did that? Screwed up? Then don't do it.
I'm sure. They'll love you, Mark.
Wait, hold on. Marvel did that, and they knocked out the
park? DC chokehold.
Let's do that. Yeah.
I bet
you don't have to compare everything to Marvel automatically, okay? Marvel's doing great, but you don't have to be like, oh, do what Marvel does. No, do what you want to do, DC, but just do it better. You don't have to be like Marvel, otherwise you just might as well be Marvel.
You have to look at who's doing it the best and then try to do it better. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's anything in life.
Okay.
Anything. And Marvel is doing it better.
Okay, so we're going to start doing 2 podcasts a week then instead of just one. We'll start doing it better.
We should.
Like you just said.
All
right, 2 podcasts a week. Mike just said it live.
We could do better than that. We could do 1 podcast an hour.
Oh, okay. Come on, John Cena. I'm ready to do this thing.
2 podcasts every. We'll do every.
You better give me a fucking Adderall or some shit. Yeah. Let's talk about cups. Let's talk about scissors. Sanitizer.
Yeah, I cracked up at that too.
I something just
popped in my
head. Yeah, I did.
Have you guys seen? It's a commercial that's got Rat, the band, in it. Have you guys seen that? No.
Commercial for what?
I think I might have.
It's like this couple is moved into a new house, and they're like, "Yeah, we love our new house and everything, except for the rat problem." and then it pans to the kitchen, and the
Yes,
band Rat
yes.
and in the kitchen going round and round.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah, well, I seen because they did that commercial. It like literally their music popped up in like the top 10 this week, so I thought that was pretty cool. The power of commercials.
Nice.
Rat.
You know what commercial I miss, Mike? Before you go to the next subject,
I don't
remember
have
the
any
Dr.
more.
Pepper.
I pulled that one out my ass. I don't have any
Okay,
more.
well, fine. Well, I'm pulling this out of my ass. Remember Mr. Sweetness from the Dr. Pepper? It's the sweet one. That guy is a god to me. I love his commercials. I mean, that's the best thing ever. Mr. Sweetness rolling out on his knees.
You know, he's got a Pop figure. He's got a Funko Pop.
He does?
Yeah.
I need
How much
that
is
in
it
my
worth?
I want it above there.
I gotta look that up, bro.
Yeah, I'm not
It's the
sure about
sweet
that one.
one.
I don't even know if I have that on my phone now. Dang it.
What Caleb's talking about is there's an app for Funko Pops for anybody that likes pops that will tell you how much your pops are worth, which is pretty cool. If you're into Funko Pops, I used to have some. But my dad said it was a Geico commercial. So
There it is.
Yeah, but that is pretty funny.
Right.
But yeah,
my friend
I mean,
Anthony's mom's a Funko Pop collecting like champion. He wants to be on the podcast, by the way. He'd love to join us one day.
most definitely will have to try to make
Right.
that happen.
Yeah, his mom has every Funko Pop.
I
you ever
still
thought of.
like I still don't completely understand the Funko Pops. Yeah, I do like if it's something like there's no other toy.
I mean,
you
it's
can
like
buy.
it's like bobbleheads, dude. I mean, they're like bobbleheads. I mean, that's literally like what they are.
I mean,
Some of them actually do have a bobblehead.
Yes, I think that's how they started off.
What
as
about Pez
bobbleheads.
dispensers, man?
They're cool. I got a Porg
I
one.
used to have all of these. You have a Porg one?
A Porg Pez
I said Porg, and
Porg.
that's pretty lame. Who gives a fuck about a Porg, man?
I
Look
bought
at chicken nuggets of
they're
the chicken nuggets of Star Wars. No one gives a fuck.
they're cool, man. They're cool.
No, Baby Yoda's cute. We have our cuteness already.
Porgs were
I'm
cool.
just being an asshole. I'm just fucking around.
Chewbacca
I don't
ate
care
a
about pork
Porg.
that much.
Tell me how cool that was.
Mike
He
is
didn't eat it.
totally defending Porgs right now because he's got a suction cup Porg, suction cup to his back truck.
What?
I did have
Okay,
a
I
suction
thought of
cup
something else for a
Porg.
second.
It was marked down at Walmart. I got it for like $5. It was
What
pretty
happened
cool.
to it? You don't have it anymore?
I guess he's probably still in the back seat somewhere. I don't know.
I know why you like porgs, Mike. Because if you shave, your head is basically the shape of a porg. Look at Mike.
Actually, this whole beard right here, it actually
Uh-huh.
my chin comes down to here.
No,
It's hard to tell.
you
That's
look
why
like
the
Jack
beard's
Black
there.
back in 1998.
Are you-
That's why the beard's there. I
I've
just
seen your
started
pictures
watching.
without
I
it.
just started
You're
watching
like,
Community.
You're like Chuck Norris on fucking Family Guy. A fucking fist comes out of that
Oh shit.
Look,
We
I
have
started-
derailed.
I started watching Community. Have you ever watched it? Either one of you?
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yep.
It's
Donald Glover's show.
Donald Glover is a fucking genius. He is.
Yeah,
I've said
in
this
every
many
way.
times, and I have to say it again. He is hands down the modern day Renaissance man. He really is. He's good at every fucking thing,
Right?
everything. But I
Atlanta,
started watching
His
that.
albums.
I haven't watched Atlanta. That's something I need to watch. But
I only recently watched it a few months ago. I'm embarrassed by that. I only watched all of it like when I was at my brother's in February.
But like I said, I just started watching Community, and it's fucking hilarious. I mean, it's not The
Great
Office.
show.
It's not The Office, but it's good. It's fucking hilarious. And the more I watch it, the better it gets. Like really, the first season was kind of like, it's okay, it's all right. But I started into the second season, and every episode I'm watching is better and fucking better. Really enjoy it.
You will enjoy it.
Kind of odd to run across shows like that for me, anyways. When I watch them, and I'm like, dang, it's kind of crazy.
Yo, y'all need to watch the Midnight Gospel. Everybody watching this, watch the Midnight Gospel on
I've seen
Netflix.
that.
I can only stomach one episode a night. That shit is Deep is not the word I want to say. That'd be a lame way to describe it. Wow. I can only watch one episode a night.
Who made that? Because it looks like a cartoon that the
I think Elon Musk's brain farted, and then the gas made that show.
What the fuck?
I'm grabbing a picture real quick, so give me a sec.
Yeah, I think Elon Musk's brain literally farted, like pooted, and then the gas came down to Earth.
You can look at this and tell.
Yeah,
it looks like something. I don't know what it is, but it looks.
That's from the episode 1.
Okay. Well, do you understand what I'm saying? It looks like another cartoon. I don't know what the other cartoon is, but it does.
Adventure Time and like that kind of feel. The Adventure Timey, swirly Steven Universe feel. Yeah,
that might be what I'm thinking of.
But it's nothing like that. Don't let the QT animation fool you. It's nothing like. There's nothing wrong with those shows, but this show is really, really good. Like, I want to inhale 3 ounces, not ounces, at least 4 grams of mushrooms and watch that show in its entirety. Psychedelics are great.
I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer for it, and it looked really interesting.
It is.
Boom. Well, since Caleb cut it short, I mean,
oh yeah, sure.
Just throw it all on him, man.
Oh, I mean, I guess we can talk about this guy for a minute.
Don't make me leave the show. Don't make me leave the show, Mike.
I did.
Just when you think it's going away, Mike brings it back.
Right.
Look, here he is again. Same guy.
This is bigger than the 2 boats.
I did see where he wasn't allowed to say anything about the protests and stuff because it was like against his probation or some shit. I don't know how true that is, but
they just pulled his battery out for a couple of weeks.
He has been quiet. It seems that way.
Okay, I think we're going on dead air now.
We are
probably get Caleb to take us home.
Yep, Caleb, go ahead and take us on home, man.
By the great Barry Allen, life doesn't give us purpose; we give life purpose.
And chase your fucking muse.